Wow, well, today's podcast episode went in a different direction than I was expecting. What was meant to be a simple, short, inspirational podcast to close out the week took a turn in a different direction and led straight into a confession I wasn't expecting to make. If you want to find out what I'm talking about and hear exactly what I had to say, make sure to listen to today's Profitable, Purposeful Entrepreneur podcast. I spent the last few years building a successful online business while learning from some of the most brilliant marketing minds and coaches on the planet. And now, I've walked away from that business to start over again from scratch. Why? Because, like you, I felt the calling of contribution and the all-consuming need to create a business giving me the freedom to put fatherhood and family first, while fulfilling my calling to share my expertise in order to serve and impact others in a positive way. Join me now as we walk the path together to create the life and business of our dreams. I'm Evans Putman. Welcome to the journey of the profitable, purposeful entrepreneur. What is up, profitable, purposeful entrepreneurs? Listen, I was trying to think of what to say in today's podcast, what to share with you, what valuable information I've learned over the past few days. And to be honest with you, I couldn't think of anything. I mean, honestly, I just couldn't think of anything. I've learned things over the past few days. I know I've picked up some valuable knowledge, but I was drawing a blank. I don't know if you've ever gone through that before, but I was drawing a blank. But here's what happened. I decided I was going to pick up the phone, record something anyway, and as soon as I did, my mind's eye showed me an image of yesterday morning as I sat writing in my journal. And I remember, as I was coming to the end of my morning journal writing, I try to journal for 10 minutes a day at the most. I just write whatever comes to mind. Well, as I was writing this section that I'm getting ready to read to you right now, yesterday morning, I could visualize myself reading it to you. There was something that told me I needed to share this with you. So, I'm going to read this to you now. I hope you'll find it inspiring. It's a little bit of tough love, but remember, it wasn't directed at you. This was tough love coming to me. But I have a feeling that I'm not alone when it comes to this. So I think this is going to be helpful for everybody that listens. So give me a second. I'm pulling out the journal here and I'm going to read. This is about halfway through what I wrote, and I will start right here. It says, "You are what is holding you back. You are what is holding you back. You have everything you need. With movement comes clarity. You have all you need for everything you desire. Change, even a small shift in the paradigm which does not serve you, will bring about massive change. Think about sending a rocket to the moon. A minute change in its path, a minute shift in the calculations will send it on a widely different trajectory than was originally planned. Celebrate your clarity. Change your trajectory. Shift your paradigm." So I hope that connects with some of you, because I will tell you this. You have everything you need in you to reach your tribe, to fulfill your purpose, to change lives. You have everything inside of you to do that. You are meant for greater things than you are accomplishing right now. All you need to do is to look inside of you. Inside of your subconscious is a paradigm, a group of habits, things that have held you back in the past, that continue to hold you back. Maybe you self-sabotage. Maybe you get to the point where you're about ready to push something out there and you start to procrastinate because of fear, because of putting yourself out there. Whatever it is, just remember, a small shift in the paradigm is all it takes to change things drastically. Just that small shift. It doesn't have to be huge. You don't have to go from fear of heights to climbing Mount Everest. You don't have to make huge jumps into your fear to change things. You can just make minute shifts. And this is why I'm saying this. This is why I wrote this yesterday. Because I'm getting ready to launch something. I've been ready to launch something for a while now. And I actually discussed this with a person today, another entrepreneur. And I kept changing the way I was going to launch it. I kept changing the funnel. I was thinking, I could do this instead. The funny thing is that when I was ready to put this out to the world, I had an immense rush. I was lit up. I was ready to go. I had this inspiration come in. I got out a whiteboard. I wrote it all out. I drew out the entire process, left it there, went on vacation. And as I was on vacation, because I hadn't acted on it, my mind started telling me all the different ways I could do it. Maybe you should do this. Maybe you should do this instead. This would be a great idea, because I'm not sure that was such a great idea. This was all self-talk. I knew this. And when I came back, instead of addressing the self-talk, I realized I needed to address the paradigm that was creating the self-talk. There was something in there that was causing this confusion, that was causing this delay. And as I talked to my coach the other day, we went through and we made a decision on how I was going to launch it and when I was going to launch this new course. And when we got to the end of that discussion, what I told him was, you know what? I don't think all along it was as much that I needed clarity on the process, that I needed clarity on how I was going to present this to my ideal customers. I don't think I needed clarity on that. I think what it was fear of failure. I had gotten to the edge of the cliff. I knew I wanted to address my fear of heights. I looked down, but before I got close enough to see all the way to the bottom, I stepped back and I started thinking about all the different ways I could approach the situation. So instead of the self-talk sabotaging me, it's actually the paradigms on a deeper level. So here's what I did. I had told my coach that I would actually not launch this new course until a few weeks from now, because I'll be going on family vacation. I don't want to launch it before then. I'd rather wait till I came back, make sure everything's done, ready to go as soon as I come back, etc., etc. Got off the call. I started thinking the night before I wrote this in my journal, I started thinking, okay, why am I waiting until then? It's not going to take that long. Why am I doing that? If I give myself 3 weeks, guess how long it's going to take? 3 weeks. But why am I doing that? So I told myself, you know what? I'm going to shift the paradigm right now. I'm going to make sure that I address this, because it is not the fact that it's going to take me the time, that much time to get this complete. That is not the problem. The problem is that I'm finding a way to delay it. And I'm making reasons inside of my mind to delay it when there are no reasons. So what I did, I said, I'm going to shift the paradigm. And I wrote in my journal, I actually wrote, I can't find it right directly right now, but I wrote, I will get it launched and then adjust. I'm not going to worry about it being perfect, imperfect action, and I will get it launched by Monday. So over the weekend, I'm going to get it launched. I closed that launch window from over 3 weeks to like 4 days. And guess what? As soon as I did that, I had massive momentum. I started working on the project. I started nailing it. I started getting things done that I didn't think I had even in me. I was like, okay, this is just coming out so easy. How is this happening? A small paradigm shift. Instead of letting that old paradigm control me, that old paradigm of procrastination because of fear of failure, because inaction, because If I don't act, then I'm not going to fall. If I don't attempt to walk, I'm not going to trip. Those were pushed aside by a small shift, by one small decision to not wait 3 weeks, but to get it done in 4 days. And then on my Monday meeting, that I have a Monday coaching call, to actually say, hey, guess what? The funnel's live. The course is live. It's launched. People are buying it. It's doing amazing. And surprise my coach, surprise my coaching group, and maybe I'll inspire some of them to do something as well that they didn't think they could do. So let me go back. I want to read this one more time now that you've heard the whole story. I'm just going to read this one more time, what I wrote down. You are what is holding you back. You have everything you need. With movement comes clarity. You have all you need for everything you desire. Change, even a small shift in the paradigm which does not serve you, will bring about massive change. Think about sending a rocket to the moon. A minute change in its path, a minute shift, will send it on a widely different trajectory than was originally planned. Celebrate your clarity. Change your trajectory. Shift your paradigm. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. I'll talk to you soon. Listen, everybody, I just want to say thank you and tell you how much I really, really appreciate each and every one of you taking the time to listen to the podcast. I want to ask you a favor. If you get value from this, if you enjoy it, please make sure to subscribe. Go to iTunes, whatever the app is you use, subscribe to the podcast, and definitely please leave us a rating or a review. If you can do it on iTunes, that would be awesome. But anywhere that you listen to the podcast, if you could just leave us a rating and a review, we would really appreciate it. And also, if you ever want to get in touch with me, I'm easy to find. You can find me on social media, but you can also send me a direct email. It's Evans, EVANS, at ppepodcast.com. That's Evans at ppepodcast.com. Send us in your questions. Send us in any topics you want me to cover, anything at all. Just send me an email and say, hey, I love hearing from all of you and I appreciate every one of you. Thanks for being an avid listener.